Guys, it's Liliana the Magnificent, and welcome back to my main city, Dukes of Honey. I want to start off by saying I am so incredibly grateful for all of you. I know that I have been absent from my YouTube channel for about a couple of months. I have had some huge real life changes that have just sent curveballs into not only my YouTube channel and the videos that I love making, but also just Forge of Empires in general. And I am so overwhelmed with just the support that people continue to comment, subscribe during this time that I haven't even had videos coming out. And no, I try to respond as much as I have time for, but I do plan on getting everybody responded to with time. And also, I want to say thank you to all of my wonderful guild mates and leaders, I should say, too, especially in this B world, that have really just come out of the woodwork to support not only the guild and me during all of this craziness, but just keep everything going. And I'm just so unbelievably grateful for everybody. And I'm excited that I get to get into a video again with you guys. So let's have some fun. In this video, I am so excited about. It's one that I've learned from a friend, and it's something that now I have been focusing on as a goal, but I think would be really helpful for not only new players, but also seasoned players as well. So the whole essence of this video is about attack bonus for your attacking army and how to increase that attack bonus, specifically in regarding great buildings and the order of great buildings that you should be working on, the levels of them, and kind of just the big picture plan for your attack buildings. So attacking bonus is especially helpful for whenever you're fighting in guild battlegrounds, in guild expedition, when you're fighting within your neighborhood, on the continent map, even within GVG, which is guild versus guild as well. So the whole kind of background of why you want to increase your attack bonus for your fighting army is essentially this. The more attacking and fighting that you can do, especially when you're thinking about guild expedition and guild battlegrounds, the less goods you use because you don't have to switch to negotiations as quickly. Goods are important not only for building great buildings within your city, but also for your guild treasury. So the more attacks and fighting that you can do and the less hindrance that you put on your goods, then you can even begin to donate more goods to your guild treasury, which especially with this guild battleground feature is huge. Guilds are using their treasuries way more often because it's a 2-week season. You get only a couple of days off and then you restart again. So your treasuries are getting more and more use. Whereas before, really it was GVG, which is this guild versus guild, that was the biggest kind of drainer on goods. But now I think it's really this guild battleground feature. So the more goods that you can save and give to your guild, the better. So that's why we have an attack plan. Let's start this attack plan, people. So the very, very, very first building that you're going to want to focus on is actually a Bronze Age building. And you can get this pretty darn cheaply and quickly when you are a new player. And it is called the Statue of Zeus, or just Zeus. Your goal is to get this to level 10, and then you pause on this building. Next building that you're going to want to go after is your Cathedral, or COA, which is an EMA, or early Middle Age building. Even if you're a Iron Age player, you can trade up for EMA goods. You don't have to switch to that era. Just find either a goods trader or somebody within your guild that can help you with that. This building not only increases that attack bonus, but it also helps with coin production too. So you're going to want to take this building to a level 10 and then pause. Then you're going to want to build a CDM, or Castel del Monte. That's probably not how you say it. Which is a late Middle Age building. once again, you can trade up for goods for this building. This is one of my favorite buildings because it doesn't take a ton of forge points to level, and you do get forge points back along with the military bonus of this building. So once you get this in your city, you take this to level 10 and you stop. These 3 buildings, the Zeus, the COA, and the CDM, are considered the Trinity. When you have these 3 at a level 10, your city attack bonus is a 90%, which is huge. 90% attack bonus is massive when you are a low age player. So you want to get this Trinity. After that, your next huge focus is this massive honker over here. It's your Alcatraz. Maybe it's so big because they have so many bad people staying in it. Wait, okay, sorry. That was a random. I just thought of that. Okay. I don't think anybody's staying there anymore. Now people just go there and take tours. Anyway. Oh, Lord. Okay, so the Traz is huge. This is a progressive era building. It also gives happiness, which is great because you can start to get rid of, it pairs really nicely with your I know tower. Inno tower. I know tower. The I know tower actually gives a lot of forge points and population. So then you can delete more houses. Actually, I don't have any houses in my city, but as your population goes up, you need your happiness to go up. So here we are. You got your Traz. But the Traz gives unattached military buildings. Unattached military buildings, girl. Military units. Holy bonkers. So essentially what you need is military buildings in your city, but then it'll pump out unattached units from your Traz, and I'll show you that in a sec. But as you can see in my city, I actually only have 2 military buildings. I have a battle tank, which is modern era. Yes, I know, people. I did not age up. It has been crazy. I do plan on aging up. I say this all the time. I've probably spent almost a year now in modern era, and I'm out of space, and I need to move. It's terrible. Anyway, battle tank factory and a rogue hideout. These military buildings do not need to be attached to roads in order for your Traz to produce unattached units. Now let's explain what unattached units are. I've already done this video once, guys, so you guys don't get the whole confused story of me. I couldn't figure out why I didn't have attached units. It's because I have no attached buildings. Duh. Anyway. All of these lines that you see on all of my units means that these are, and you can actually see in parentheses, this is one of 262 unattached units. So if I had attached units, there would be no line. They would just be a box here. So essentially the difference between attached and unattached is this. Unattached units you gain through your Traz. You can gain them through events like the soccer event cup. You can gain them in Guild Expedition. You can gain them from your Hajalman Castle, HC Castle. I'm just going to butcher all names today. You can gain them from Guild Battlegrounds, from completing the little encounters in Guild Expedition. These are all considered unattached units. So essentially, if an unattached unit dies, it is gone forever. Whereas, if you have an attached unit and it dies, so that would be a unit that doesn't have this line through it. Let's pretend that this battle tank died. Then I would go to my battle tank factory and I'd have to reproduce a unit, which would be an attached unit. You only get so many attached units per the different buildings that you have actually producing them in your city. Because I don't have any in production in my city, I actually don't have any attached units in my army management tool. I only have unattached, and oh boy, I couldn't figure that out for the first bit. It was funny. You guys missed that whole little fiasco that I had. Anyway, so the Traz, you're going to take to a level 60. As you can see, mine is a level 71, and at level 71, I am producing 69 unattached military units a day. It'll only produce the unattached units of buildings that are in your city. If you have no military buildings in your city, no attached units will be produced. However, you want to limit the amount of military buildings in your city because you really want to be kind of in control of what your Traz is pumping out. So my Traz is only pumping out these two, which is essentially all I practically use in modern era anyway. So Traz to level 60. After your Traz, you're going to get a terracotta army, which is a virtual future building. You will have to most likely trade up for this. This one specifically gives you a attack and defense bonus, but it is fantastic. You're going to take this to a level 10 and you're going to stop. You're going to get a Kraken. Kraken is an oceanic future. Essentially what this does is it gives you forge points, which is great, but then it has this cool little tentacle. And what the tentacle does is at the beginning of a fight, it has the chance of striking down hell. No, striking down a tentacle and killing one of the enemy units on the opposite, on your enemy kind of field. So really cool kind of feature. I really like the animations of it. It's purple. It makes me happy. Okay, so Kraken to level 10. Stop. Then you're going to build, and I'm going to butcher this, and you all are going to love it, Arctic Orangery, or Orangery, or Orangery. AO. Your AO. This is an Arctic future. This one is fantastic. You're going to get forge points from this, but also this critical hit. Critical hits can happen anytime throughout a military fight. But essentially what it does is you see this little critical hit symbol come up when your attacking army hits the enemy unit. And it either automatically kills that enemy unit or it damages them pretty darn significantly. So this one is huge. You're going to take this to a level 60. Then you're going to kind of backtrack and you're going to start working on all of those buildings that you left at a level 10. So my first one that I would suggest is going after your CDM. That's what I did because the CDM does give you extra forge points. And like I said, it's not super expensive to level. So you're going to take this to a minimum of level 60. I took it to a 71. That's just because I accidentally screwed up one time and went to a 71 on one of my buildings. And so then now all of my buildings have to be at a 71 instead of a 70. Otherwise, it just drives me crazy. Does that happen to anybody else? Because it does me. Anyway, okay. So CDM, take it up to at least a level 60. Work on your Zeus, take it to a level 60. Mine is almost to the sweet spot zone. It's at a level 30 right now. Does not take a lot to level these buildings because they are very low era. And you can see like the points are only 857, so not too much to it. And then you're going to take your COA to a level 60. Then you're going to go back and you're going to look at your terracotta army and your Kraken, and you want to get those to a level 60. You're going to stop on these. Then there's only a few buildings that you take beyond level 60 or 80, etc., etc. But you take these to 60, then you're going to focus, bring your Arctic Orangery and Traz, bring them up to 80, stop, go back to the buildings that you had at 60. You're going to want to take ultimately the end goal, your Kraken and Terracotta Army, you're going to take them to 80, and then you're not going to take them beyond a level 80 anymore. The Trinity, the Traz, and the AO are the only buildings that you want to take to 100 or beyond. At level 100 and beyond, this AO gives you a 30% chance of a critical hit happening when you are doing an auto battle, which is huge. So you don't have to sit there and manual battle. You can just auto battle all the time without losing a lot of military units or even having so much damage to your military units, which ultimately means you don't spend as many goods. But hopefully that makes sense. So end goal, 100 plus, 100 plus. The Trinity, you want to try to take to 100, if not probably not more than 100. I haven't been told to take these to 100 plus, but take them at least to 100. But then Kraken and Terracotta Army, most people have told me to just keep them at 80 and pause there. But that is kind of the military prowess of attack bonuses and the order that you should do them. So this also does not, I am not counting your, where is that little sassy building? Oh, it's way up here. I'm not counting your HC or your space carrier in this, even though those do pair with attacking. These are fantastic because you get extra what they called spoils of war, which are just great. And space carrier I haven't yet added to my city, but those ones pair nicely with fighting, but those don't impact your attack bonus, so I didn't really kind of go after that. But hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully it's not too much of a rabbit hole. I miss you all so much. I am so happy that I'm finally able to get this out to you all, and I hope you're all doing fantastic, and see you soon. Bye guys.